Her assessment DARS.
100% he's there. Okay, fine, 95%, because I know certainty freaks you guys out, but it's 100.
Women have had several different roles in Hollywood. They used to only be actresses, models, or just a pretty face for a product. Nowadays, they can be seen directing, starring, and being a major part in films that are widely accepted. But is Hollywood now blind to gender? Has the industry become more respectful of how women are portrayed on the big screen? Are women given the same opportunity in the industry as men? All questions that have been asked for centuries. But have we done anything about them? Let's look back at the golden years of Hollywood, in particular the 1960s. The number one actress of that era was Claudia Cardinale, an Italian star that made her way into the business through a beauty pageant. Now, the 60s were definitely a different time, but a recurring theme with women being more successful with only their looks and not talent is still seen today. In an interview with Larry King, Sarah Paulson talks about her opinion on females in Hollywood.
While on that subject, what's your take on the recent discussion about inequality in Hollywood?
Oh, gosh. Well, I certainly think it's true. I think all that can be done, or the way to begin it all, or any kind of change, is to have the kind of conversation. And as you said, this was not something that was really on the table back then, and it's certainly a very wonderful thing that there is now a platform for which people to have a real dialogue about it.
I was told the other day there's only one area where women make more than men.
And?
Modeling.
Wow.
Women models get more than male models.
Wow. Not surprising.
Movies like Pretty Woman, Interstellar, Grease, even Jurassic World have all been seen to have sexist tones or themes throughout them. In Interstellar, Anne Hathaway's character has a very high-ranking job in NASA. It probably means she's good at her job, right? And when people are good at their job, they don't usually throw it all away, and by all we mean the entire world. They usually don't just throw it all away because they have a crush on a coworker.
I'm drawn across the universe to someone I haven't seen in a decade, who I know is probably dead. Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
Though the writers and directors of these movies probably didn't mean to do that, the fact that these subconscious decisions have been made is really what is wrong with women in Hollywood.
It is no secret that men dominate the movie industry. They have since the days of black and white on traditional film. The statistics are still more shocking than you'd imagine. In fact, 85% of films are without female directors. Alongside that, 80% have no female writers. This trend continues, with 78% of films not having female editors and 92% not having female cinematographers. Due to such astounding statistics, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission has begun an investigation into the matter. Researchers looked at the 700 highest grossing productions and found there are more women employed on lower budgeted and lower grossing films. Contrary to that statement, it would seem as if most successful female directors turn their creative talents towards more intense projects. Such is the case with Kathryn Bigelow, acclaimed director of The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30, both war thrillers. This is also true with Lynn Ramsey, director of the critically acclaimed thriller We Need to Talk About Kevin, and now Patty Jenkins as well, who will be helming 2017's Wonder Woman, set during the height of World War I. It is clear that female directors have the talent and refined skill of their male counterparts. In our own video production class, we asked both male and female students about why they took the class and what they think the reason for not only gender inequality in Hollywood is, but the lack of female presence in the class.
Why did you take video production?
I wanted to take video production because when I grow up, I want to be a director or script writer for my career. So I thought that this had a lot to offer in that.
Why did you decide to take video production?
I decided to take video production because it's an art, but I feel like when you watch movies, you think, oh, that's so cool how they filmed, they panned up, and sometimes I would think about how you would film things, and I was like, video production sounds like a good idea.
Had you ever heard of video production before signing up for it?
I had not really heard about like a video production class like this, but my mom did major in like film in college. So
Why don't you think girls take video production?
I don't really know why that's a question, because we have a woman teacher and she's really great, and there's a lot of girls in this class anyways, but there is definitely a majority of guys. Yeah, I don't really know why.
In a lot of other art classes, the majority is girls, but yet in this art class, the majority is guys. Do you think that's because the film industry is dominated by males, or just because girls don't like to film? Or
I definitely think it's because it's dominated by males and you see more males doing it.
So in the end, yes, Hollywood is being dominated by males, but that doesn't mean that things are starting to change. Recently, there has been a record number of Academy Award winning, Oscar Award winning directors, actresses that are all women. They're starting to really make a dent in Hollywood, but not as much as they should be. We need that diversity in genders. More women in the editing process, in the directing process, in the producing process will really start to help Hollywood branch out. There is probably so much untapped potential in women in the industry that we aren't discovering because they aren't as well represented in the industry as men. For it's not about women in Hollywood. It's the Hollywood in women we need to be seeking.